Alright, what's happening? I'm very fond of Robert De Niro. I like the man a lot. I like a lot of actors and that. Kind of wonder about actors. They play genius people all the time. It's like, are they acting? It's like, not really, because they are. I don't know. Anyway. I like Robert De Niro, and I just saw a bit of his Cannes speech, and I've been a little bit drunk and inspired here now to make a little speechy thing myself. So, alright, I'm going to make an example of the Great British Art School. Okay? Talk about a waste of fucking money. You want to get them in the jobs, in the factories, making the stuff, makes our country great. Art School, the Great British Art School. So there was some royalty or some sort of government that started funding. This is in relation to America, just saying this as an abstract. Funding art schools all over England. Now, you might laugh at it, it's like, oh, what's fucking millions and millions and millions are going to spend on paints and brushes for all these hippies that'll never do anything, they won't work after they become artists. But then at the same time, 10, 20 years down the line, England flourished with the Beatles, like stuff like the Beatles, you know what I mean? Which kind of made a bit of money for the Queen. This is what I'm saying about America at the moment. So, DOGE, yes, the Department of Government Efficiency. It's AI, you know what I mean? It's AI, using AI as your opposition to make yourself the best government you can possibly be. If you use your opposition, you know what I mean? Donald Trump and Elon Musk are using AI as their opposition to be perfect. Now, this all came about, and I kind of highlighted this. Kind of like Bob Dylan. I wrote an aphorism about this. Some people like to study things by looking really close at them, microscopes. But you can also learn stuff about things by looking at them from a really big distance, and I think this is a very Bob Dylan kind of thing. Why Bob Dylan was technically a naive politician, but juvenile but he still had a better picture of things because he was so distant from it. So in a very general, blurry, distant picture, I can tell you that communism was very hard on its populations. There was no art schools for the communist people. There was factories. There was money, growth, power from Mother Russia, or the country, the greater good. Money for the machine. They didn't have too much arts, you know what I mean? The Soviet era, there might have been some like starving poets and stuff like that, but they didn't really have arts. Now, you compare this to America, where America used to give a lot of money out for not even art school, every freaking school, you know what I mean? Communism has survived the 3 or 4 generations, 4 or 5, maybe 6, I'm not sure, that it needs to turn exponential. That was the plan in the first place, was to get off the ground. You're going to sacrifice your life, your child's life, probably your grandchild's life, but your great-great-grandchild shall start to see this steady success. Now, America are a bit all over the place. I don't know. I couldn't say much about the American economy. I know it's big, but again, this one I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Communism in a way is turning exponential, and America know this. And America, we're a bit crumbly, you know what I mean? Legs on the old table of capitalism aren't really holding out, and China and Russia are turning exponential finally. Super wealthy, and America didn't really like this. So probably the Biden administration or many other government administrations of America started causing wars all around the world. Yes, you notice they caused like Taiwan problems, Ukraine problems, probably caused problems in South Africa at the moment, which Trump is addressing. They turned like desperate, really desperate, and start saying like, oh, we need to like peck at the ankles of communism and start wars around communism. And Iran, because Iran have like an infinite amount of oil and money. So they really wanted to cause problems, particularly for these communist nations. So you see Taiwan and Ukraine, and you probably saw. I'm not sure about the communism state of now. No, freaking every country in Africa except 2 are occupied by Europe, like Germany, France, Dutch, Germany, France, Dutch, Germany, France. Oh, I couldn't believe it. But anyway. So they were desperate, and they start causing wars all over the place. Now Donald Trump steps back in, and he doesn't deal in war. Like he might sell guns or something, whatever. He likes to deal with a fountain pen. So what Donald Trump is doing is like, we don't need to destroy the whole world just for America to remain number 1. We'll just bring it all back home. Bring it all, tighten the pennies, tighten it. He's bringing all the money, as much money as he can. And he's probably, putting a lot of money in a big bank named America. Awesome. Delighted. Because now on paper, he's kind of boosted everything back up, tidied it all up. And now, awesome, there's a big bank with a big number in it, and it's similar to China and Russia. Awesome. Now, just like Robert De Niro was saying, there's no more music schools. There's no more acting schools. These are the things that actually made, other than like capitalism was never going to survive next to communism. The weird victory of America was that you had so many talented art schools, or not art schools, you had so many talented and creative people that made it so vibrant and powerful. You didn't really have these things too much in Russia or China. All my favorite rock stars, all my favorite musicians, probably all my favorite directors, maybe all my favorite actors, Guy Pearce is Australian, are American. I'm not even afraid or weird to say it. Like, I used to kind of, slag the Americans, like, oh, they're so dopey and fucking semi-human, but I was like, actually, shit, in fairness to them, those are my favorite musicians, poets, actors, and everything are American. So this money that Donald Trump is taking back from the art school, the British art school, to save money, so the numbers on the bank named America are similar to Russia and China. I don't know if it's really helping anyone. That's money. I know you want the big number there, and everybody wants to see the big number there. So America's number one, or at least like up in number 3 still. But it's a weird eventuality now that Russia and China are probably going to have loads of money to build art schools now that communism has gone exponential, and Trump is taking back all the art schools to make the number. So I'm just saying, I just don't know if there's a future really there in turning down the talent of America, turning down the skill and talent of America to make the big powerful number. It's like it's going to balance out the other way. Like, Trump is doing a clever job of like not having to go to war and cause global controversy. And he's like, I can just make America great. Again, that's the saying, make America strong in itself without having to destroy my enemies. Bring my enemies down a few notches. Enemies, my neighbors. Down a few notches. Just so everything can stay afloat. But I'm just saying that just because I don't know the extent of what Doge or how much penny saving they're doing, how many pennies they're saving, but it's a weird thing that the taxpayers' money is supposed to go to increase the life quality of the taxpayer, or the people, really. I suppose when you're paying the people that aren't employed, they're not robbing you, so social welfare is in your benefit because people aren't out robbing your house or robbing your shop while they're being paid their $200 a week or €200 a week. They're being technically paid not to rob you, so even that is in the interest of the taxpayer. So these things that Donald Trump is trying to save, it really is the money that's meant to be there for the people. It's the people's money. Well, yeah, it is. It's taxpayers' money, and it really is supposed to go on the people. So I'm just saying about cutting schools or cutting things that will cut America. Like, you know what I mean? Just saying, I would be careful about it. I know you want to make the big strong number to compete with the other big strong numbers, but I really just want to kind of say that I think America was special because of the amount of British art schools. Like, and not even just the British art schools. Like, you had every school, you had school for electricians, you had school for everything, and it was these talents that kind of really made America very impressive. I love Chicago, you know what I mean? Because I was thinking, like, Europe's a mess, Europe's a big historical mess. It's a big fucking thing climbing out of a thing, crawling over a thing. And they went to America, and they had the East Coast, fucking New York. But then they took everything, and basically all the money as well. And they went around to Chicago, and they built a city of pure enlightenment. Everything between the sea and the stars, and oh yeah, fucking Chicago. I suppose, yeah. This is the most modern place in the entire world, kind of thing, Chicago. Pope's from Chicago. I thought that was funny that I like Chicago. I said I liked Chicago more than the Pope, Pope Francis, and now the new Pope is from Chicago. Fucking hilarious. Um, yeah, so that's what I was saying. Keep America great, like make America great again, make America wealthy again. That's what you wanted me. That's what Donald Trump is, and that's what Donald Trump does fucking really well, doesn't he? He makes things wealthy, but you really want to keep America great. Because in the future, I swear, China, Russia, and even North Korea and places like these, and North Korea is going to come, they're all going to start having a lot of money now for the art schools. And you're taking all your money away from your art schools. So in 10 or 20 years, you're going to, might not be around, but yeah, you'll notice a bit of a difference. If you don't like the way Soviet Russia looked, you might look like that without your art schools. Or it could be a lot worse, transgressing from a period of niceness into crapness rather than a period of communist crappiness into goodness. I think the communists might be happier. So yeah, I'm just saying about cutting my hair. I don't think it's cuttable. Actually, don't. And the skateboard helmet is actually turning it into a helmet. It's kind of crap. But anyway, safety first, kids. Safety before beauty. You know what I mean? All of this. I'm tired of your crazy demands, America. When can I just walk into a shop and get what I want with my good looks? Let's cut out the middleman. It's pointless, waste of time. Anyway, keep America great. Again, alright. Yep. For Mr. Robert De Niro and acting schools around America. I pay money for all these hippies to go and do fucking monologues and blah, 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 act like a tree. And no, save millions. And we'll leave that millions in a bank doing nothing. Like Israel do. This is exactly what Israel do. They have a lot of money in a bank and don't do anything with it. And just fucking... I went to Google Israel on Google Maps once, and God, it was the most depressing looking place on the world. They didn't even have their pavements, lined up. It's just slabs. I was like, yeah, do a neat job, do a cheap job. So we have a big bank with a big number. That's what's important. The big bank with the big number, other than all the depressed, retarded, starving, talentless people. And it was those talents that made America great. So yeah, doesn't make sense of sending you. Yeah, vote John. John is no Starling. I just realised this. I think this came from Ireland. I think this came from me, because Higgins wanted a psychic voodoo witch doctor in every guard station in the country. And I heard a man from South Africa going, was like, we need Starlink in every police station. Now, this is just fucking Minority Report, isn't it? It's very easily to change it. Just to let you know, you can rewrite it and rename people. I got abducted, tortured, and because they renamed me to Hugh McGlynn. Hubert. He was in my primary school. He was like some pedophile, serial, pseudo-military gang date rapist with gun convictions, and somewhat of a terrorist. And they changed my name to his name. I'm like, oh look, the computer said. And they tried to fucking disappear me. Even so, so yeah, just to let you know about Starlink. Starstings, yeah. It's not artificial intelligence, it's angelic interference. And you will be sorry you ate from that fruit. Alright, peace out, how was you?